My name's Chris Larsen. I'm one of the co-founders and currently the executive chairman of Ripple. Since our earliest days, we really saw this as the building of what we would refer to as an internet of value, where value, money, is moving like data does today on the internet of data as we know it. And we think that's profoundly important.
Crypto is helping transform finance businesses today in a few different ways. And I think one of the challenges for the industry has been to focus on solving real problems for real customers.
The current state of finance is a bit of a black box. If you are sending money abroad, if you are trading equities, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
I'm Rosie Rios, former Treasurer of the United States and current board member of Ripple.
Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and that came off of the Ripple site. They have some videos tucked away at the bottom of their crypto means business section. I had not seen all of those, actually. You've got Rosie Rios, Ashish Burla. They're both on the board of Ripple. And then, of course, co-founder Chris Larsen and Brad Garlinghouse. We'll see a little bit more of that coming up. But first, a glance at the top 50 tokens. And by market cap in the last 24 hours, yes, we've got a lot of movement while Bitcoin is sitting at 63,685 at the time of this recording, just barely up 0.26%. We do have some interesting movement with Sei, Sui, and Notcoin. Sei is a layer one. It's one of the protocols that provides a platform for high demand dexes. It trades at 0.46 cents and it's up 24% on the 24-hour. And then, of course, Sui up again. I know most of you know I love this. I love this token. It's a layer one. It's got a novel object-centric data model, one of the easiest chains in the space to build on, and the tech is really solid. It's trading now at $1.74, up over 12%. And Notcoin is performing well. This is an interesting community-driven token. The community is full of Web3 gamers. They have a tap-to-earn mining mechanic, which is unique. It's at 0.0083, up 9.5%. XRP is still stuck, and if you are interested as to one of those reasons why we haven't seen a lot of price movement, I'm going to point you to the video that I did yesterday.
Everybody, it's John Deaton. It is Sunday afternoon, and I am in my hometown of Bolton doing a little door knocking, so never know what you're going to get. Hello.
Hello.
Sorry,
How are you?
I'm good. Sorry for the intrusion. My name's John Deaton.
I heard about you.
I'm running for United States Senate against Elizabeth Warren on November 5th.
Yes.
Do you got a couple minutes?
Sure.
I would hope that all of you watching this video knew that that was John Deaton. Nobody works harder than John. I'm telling you, he is knocking on doors, and I don't think he's taken, if he's taken any time off, I haven't seen it. So what we have here is some really important information. The latest poll numbers were released. This is for the Senate seat in Massachusetts. It's really going into crunch time. Elizabeth Warren versus John Deaton. And I want you to look at something here. 42%, that's a big percent, say that they don't know enough about John Deaton. So it's time to step up your sharing. And it's really best to share outside your X bubble. Try to share in the feeds of the top Massachusetts political accounts. I've listed 3 of them on my X feed, but you can go and find, I'm sure, many others. You want to get this information out because if 42% of the people don't feel like they have enough information, it is still really anybody's race. Now, Warren is ahead in the polls, but we can really pull this off if we help John in this crunch time. Okay, let's finish off those video clips. I'm going to let those 4 take you out. And until next time, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.
And Ripple, obviously, from its earliest days, focused on the problem around cross-border payments. That's a point of a lot of friction as measured by speed and cost. And by focusing there, we've been able to have a big impact on that, relatively small piece. But I think over the next years, you're going to see many financial transactions where a middleman sits, a middle transaction, an intermediary. Those will get removed, and we'll use blockchain and other digital asset type technologies to remove that friction. And I think all of society will benefit from improving the efficiency of those systems. I think you'll see that. Certainly, you've seen it in securities settlement as an opportunity. The financial transactions around bonds, around derivatives, a lot of these things take a while to settle, and the friction associated actually holds back the industry. Insurance is an industry I think you're going to see touched. Trade finance is an industry that really Ripple, some of our customers have invited us to participate in. And you've seen experimentation around identity in real estate and title management. And these are all examples where I think it's so hard to predict where this will go, in the same way that 25 years ago, when I first got involved in the Internet of Information, I never could have predicted on my smartphone I'd press a button and I'd have a car picking me up minutes later. I think this will permeate lots of different parts of our society.
And I think that has a lot of different repercussions, from unknowing what the credit risks are of these underlying companies that are managing your portfolio, to folks being locked out of the banking system, like we're seeing in a lot of emerging markets. And by tokenizing these assets in a safe, compliant way, you could provide greater access and greater interchange of these assets across the world. So I believe that in the future, almost any asset that can be tokenized, and that means real estate, equities, currencies like we're seeing today, will be tokenized and be available on blockchains. And by tokenizing them, they're easier to move around. And also they're more liquid, meaning you can interchange them with other assets. And I think that is going to be the future. And the folks that are early to that future will reap huge early first mover advantages and transform their business ahead of the others.
What I like to talk about is really kind of this intersection between government and innovation. Certainly coming from the Bay Area, born and raised in Silicon Valley, I've seen a lot of change over time. And what I love is the conversation is really starting to happen in a constructive way, where I think we as a region, we as a country, and perhaps we as a globe could really think about the future of fintech and who the stakeholders are and how we can make this effective for everyone. So when you think about growth, it's not just kind of GDP growth, which of course is a big part of the economy, but it's also where new growth comes from. And that usually comes from, certainly lately, in technology and innovation. So I think the benefit of why business and government should be working together is, again, providing that level of certainty for further expansion, further growth, and certainly more jobs for the economy. So blockchain is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. And so it's not just how to facilitate commerce. There are other applications, whether it's NFTs, whether it's, selling real estate, whether it's, any type of financial ledger that can be recorded for posterity's sake. This is here to stay. And it's important and incumbent upon the government at every level, whether it's local, whether it's state, whether it's national, to really give some thought as to how those applications are going to benefit them and benefit everyone. But I think what's most important is, what are those guardrails? What are those tracks that we can lay down in order to move forward in a way that really blazes the trail for future growth and future opportunities that we don't even know are there yet?
Because when you look at today's world, I think we see it as like globalization is not complete until you have kind of three things that are working together. That you have a really efficient and interoperable shipping infrastructure, and we have that with this beautiful invention called the shipping container. We've had that since the 50s, where every port, train, truck, factory is interoperable with any other port, train, truck anywhere in the world. That's a good thing and has made shipping incredibly efficient and accessible. Second, you need data to be moving globally, interoperably, essentially for free with access to everyone. That's what Internet Protocol did starting in the 80s and into the 90s, fundamentally changing the way we communicate. But that's not enough. We also need to have money and value moving in that same way, where every money network is interoperable with every other money or value network anywhere on the planet, where everybody has equal access to that internet of value, where costs are as low as they can possibly be, so that everybody can participate in that globalized economy. So we think with those three things that are in place, you truly have globalization that works for everybody. And that's why we're so passionate about working on this notion of an internet of value. That's fundamentally what we're doing here. And I think over the last 10 years, we've made great progress to that. And we're really excited about what comes next in terms of what that's going to mean for the average person, and also what that's going to mean for enterprises anywhere in the world to make what they do less expensive, faster, more able to respond to their customers, so that everybody has an equal shot at participating in the global economy.